This is Camilla Chance. I'm reading a bit of chapter 4 from my book Melissa and Kasho. The chapter is called My Ghost. The ghost is speaking first. But enough of bitterness, my little mystery. Don't worry about what was anymore. I'm here with you. I'm here with you now. God, I've missed you so. One wonderful day, if you wish, you and I will be completely together again. What a great day that will be. My beloved's use of my soul name once more evoked so much that called to me, immersing me into a world where the spiritual realm felt closer than my life vein. The yearning to remain there made me ask desperately, "What do you mean, completely?" Well, let me begin where I left off. 19 years ago, a while after I'd left you for my present galaxy, you volunteered to be born to the powerful couple who became your parents. They didn't like each other much, and felt that only they and their kind were worthy of living well, in fact, of living at all. The common folk were dispensable in your parents' world view, and with all their money and connections, this attitude is dangerous. You wanted them to take their anger out on you instead of doing a lot of harm on earth. My thoughts began whirling. Had I really chosen my own parents? Had my brother Kim? And if so, had we truly known how bad our lives would be? Perhaps, though my visitor would deny it, insisting that we acted from our own strength and courage, I could imagine myself and Kim wanting to imitate his nobility. Yes, his information was beginning to make sense. For a long time, I'd felt as if others were stifling a great cry down my throat, as if the world of my parents and the culture around me were squashing me under a giant snow-like blanket. In any social milieu, I seemed to be the only person who believed that hatred, humiliation, cruelty, shallowness, murder, fighting, greed, disrespect, and desire for power were insanity. So I felt like a freak. A voice inside me that I'd ignored practically all my life was telling me more and more that my ghost spoke the truth. I had chosen to be my parents' child, and for good reasons, one of which involved imitating him. "May I continue my explanation?" he inquired. "Sorry," I said. "Oh, don't apologize for that. What you've just been thinking," he laughed. "But you'll also want to know about the others, because I've noticed on my bedside rounds that in these crucial times, many kids similar to you are being born, and so has Kim noticed. You know, one day he will move on, completely throwing himself into the mission. But not to worry. You will be ready and happy for him. It is all beautiful and good. You and others in spirit like Kim are working to help your Earth become one tribe, where individuals put the tribe's welfare before their own in everything they plan to do. How can I find the others? I asked wildly. I think I can be as brave as they are. How will I know them? My visitor's answer didn't sound helpful. I'll do my best to guide you, but you'll need to use your intuition. Here's a big hint, however. Never, ever listen to anyone who hankers after the past. As far as the future goes, certain of your planet's most recent prophets have foretold your coming era, when you'll witness the death throes of your old world order and the birth pangs of the new, when many folk will behave worse than they ever have, but others will do better things than they ever have. You can have the world being one family, the easy way or the hard way. Either you change your hearts now at the grassroots level, because it's no use changing institutions until your hearts change, or you will suffer an enormous calamity that will chasten you, and you'll all want to have different priorities. You'll just want to. World peace is inevitable. Among most people of your world, first there were tribes, then city-states, then nations. So anyone looking at it from outside can tell that the next step is an international government that keeps the richness of local culture. It's your job to start a process that puts soul into that upcoming government, so it has a selfless solution to the world's economic problems. Selfless, transporting food rapidly from one end of your earth to the other, above all for the sake of the children. I adore children. Please stop, I yelled defensively. You are going too fast. But my visitor had just made everything clear to me. He had volunteered to help a far-away race in a distant place by receiving all of their tyrant's sadism. Now I saw I had chosen to tread in the footsteps of his magnificent gesture. But did his great sacrifice have a time limit? Does any service? Human beings are not naturally cruel, my guest went on to explain. When we are, we go against our own natures to prove our loyalty to something outdated that we think we believe. So you are human? I queried. I thought you were. Yes, we're quite human on my planet, as human as can be. He sounded amused. May I introduce myself? My name is Kasho.